Okay. If this planet, Earth, is redesigned and fixed, in inverted commas, i.e.
Right. So the question was, if the Earth is fixed and restored to the new structures, it's actually the infrastructures that she was referring to. So fixed as in the financial reset and all of that. So the true question was, if every system was fixed, could Earth be resolved to be continued on to live on? And so that was her intention to know, once all the systems are corrected and for humanity, then she was questioning, can she shift? So that was the full extent of her question. She wants to shift without feeling guilty that she does not have any further work to do on this planet at this time. But we are saying to her directly, you know your work, you know your work, you know your work. And so we are all asking every light worker who knows our information to keep their vibrations high at all times, and not get into impatient frustration and irritation. We understand you're tired. We understand this is a longer journey than you had expected, but you must keep plugging at it. And when you are feeling tired and exhausted from all that you need to do, then you need to change your perspective into all the joy that is around you and find it, even if it's in the most smallest and simplest of daisies. You must change your perspective and be okay and comfortable with where you are now. And so we're just saying that even when the systems, which are so corrupted now, even when those are all in quotation marks fixed, you still have quite a few problems on your planet. The biggest one we can see is that the free will of your planet, her consciousness, would like to incarnate into another planet. And this is the biggest thing you should be focusing on and concerning yourselves with, because you're wanting to help humanity be able to awaken and have a higher vibration so everyone can be able to accept and understand information more readily, more quickly. And there's so much here, but we've already said this so many times. So we feel like you already know your own individual chores, shall we say, but we don't want you to feel like it is the chore. We want you to feel the joy and the love and the excitement of what life has to offer, because you will miss things here on Earth that you will not be able to do on the new Earth. And so consider and ponder that for a while and feel grateful that you are here at this time serving for humanity.
So that's including what you've just spoken about, the money system, the medical system, and education.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Well, regardless, when depending on when the shift to New Earth, and when the majority of humanity is shifted off this planet, depends on what you will see and experience here. So there's many opportunities for things to occur before seeing, for example, the education system being broken down and reinstated into something that's actually quite beneficial to humanity, including the truth, which will be a nice novelty for all.
And the medical system?
Mm-hmm. We see the medical system, it is going to be a race. Which comes first, the medical system or the financial system? Both need to be reset. It is well overdue. And we are seeing who is going to be using their free will to start the ball rolling. Will it be the financial system? Will it be the medical system that will be the financial reset and the medical system collapsing, and then your technology, we say, because you certainly don't have fully ours yet. The technology of the med beds, we know this is the next question, about the med beds that have been man-made. That's the reason why you need so many of them, to be able to do so many different chores and tasks. So our med beds would be consistently able to do all of the ranges that you would need, but the med beds that have been created by humans have smaller ranges of functionalities for certain different things. So different companies, different designers, different manufacturers have been able to find certain smaller parts of technology to be able to focus and fine tune them. They are advanced from the medical equipment you do have now. So don't feel like you're getting just basic man-made stuff. You are getting some much more advanced man-made stuff. And we are seeing them being created. We're seeing them potentially one opportunity not being used because you've already shifted. We see one potentiality where people are starting to use them because you still are not shifting. And so it is humanity going to be able to shift by themselves before needing the med beds, or does humanity need the med beds to be able to upgrade themselves a little bit more to be able to help with the shift? Whatever has to unfold and happen, I know you will always be very patient as you will wait for this all to unfold.
So you've touched on the med beds. The question here is, are med beds really coming to the planet? And if so, when are they? And then the question is, I've always felt the med beds will only be on the ships.
Well, our med beds, we don't call them med beds, but our healing capabilities and technologies are very extremely profound and incredible and complete. And your med beds, humanity's med beds made by humans with a little bit of our support and encouragement and technology that has been collected upon man for some time, so it's not a new thing. So there are human med beds that are being currently made, and they are the best shot you have on your planet right now for profound healing physically when you're not wanting to deal with some of the metaphysical purposes and reasons why you have your illnesses. So some of the things you just cannot fix with your limited mindsets and your unable to see what is the real root cause of the illnesses, or knowing what past lifetime could be affecting this lifetime, for example, or what emotional trauma you're holding on to that is manifesting an illness now, or perhaps an actual life contract that you signed up and chose to have in your current lifetime. There's a lot going on there. We understand that everyone's still wanting profound health and healing. We understand this so profoundly. We only need to tap into a few people and know how desperate they are to have this profound help for their friends and their families who they are just so heartbroken to see so profoundly without this technology. And it is going to start becoming a crime against humanity for those people who are holding on to those machines, who are not sharing them with others. So it is about using people's free will to actually get this help to each other, for each other. Because once you start healing people with those med beds, the collective consciousness rises with hope and joy and health. And this is exactly what we're wanting you to do. You could all do it right now if you all chose to do it. But there is some people that feel like this is not necessarily a job they need to do.
Okay. The next question is, will we be having our life review on the ships en route to the new Earth?
We say that most of you have been having your life review in the last year. It's about you exploring this current lifetime when you were faced with the scary monster that was the virus, you all started wondering, is this it? Is this how humanity is going to have doom and gloom? Because most of you had not heard about our information. And so when you did start hearing about the virus, for a second or maybe a minute or maybe a month, whatever it was that you wanted to focus on being afraid of something, you had to think about your own mortality. And this is a fantastic way for people to start thinking about their spiritual work, their purpose on life, life after death. It is so fantastic. Unfortunately, death is considered on your planet so taboo when it really is just a natural cycle. That you put it off and you don't want to think about it unless you've had to experience someone close and near and dear to you take that journey themselves. So we understand this question, and it is a very important question because for many things, when you evolve and go to the new Earth, for example, there is not going to be the death as what you could have here. Yes, while you depart mostly from your physical body, you are still keeping your conscious mind more closely than just expanding out into a higher dimensional being. So the shift to New Earth is an extension on this lifetime after a leap in evolution. And so you're wondering, well, the person asking is wondering, where do I get my life review from? And we say to her with love, you have been dealing with that, sweetheart, all year, and actually a little bit more so. And so this is about you physically experiencing the life review and having to rethink and re-feel and relive emotionally strange connections that from people that you thought were done and dusted in your life, and you're feeling things in the past so much more as it all comes up. Being in lockdown, having to think about your life more than ever because you're not distracted with your normal daily routines was perfect opportunity for you to start experiencing that. And so, of course, when you do have the 5D mindset, you can also go back into your life and look at it in a review in that format too. So you're not going to miss out on anything, we promise, because that is truly another concern that that person has.
Okay. So the next question is, if we have a fragment of our soul in our human vessel, where are the rest of the fragments of the soul?
Where are they not? They're everywhere. You have multiple lifetimes. You're multidimensional beings, so you're everywhere. You're physical, you're non-physical, you're still connected to source. You are everywhere. And you know, the more you wanted experiences, the more your soul is going to be fragmented into different beings of all sorts. You're not just human, you're not just, in quotation marks, other beings and other planets. You also could be experiencing the consciousness of a tree. You could be experiencing the consciousness of an animal. So you are everything and nothing at the same time when you want to define things. It is one of life's true questions, isn't it? Where do I begin and where does everyone else start and end? So you are infinite. There is so much we could say about this, but we want to reassure the person who is asking this question that she is everywhere and she is experiencing simultaneously many fantastic things. And so she is doing her duty here in this lifetime to help here. And she will be whole again, as we say, when she returns to source, but not until she has explored everything that all of the lifetimes have to offer her.
Okay. So the next question is, why are the trees budding a month earlier in the US, especially after we survived a frozen tundra?
Wow. Yes. When there is darkness, there will always be quick, fast growth. And this is an analogy for many people are speeding up their healing and their vibration, and it's the same also for plants. Plants are also budding quite quickly after such a significant frost. The plants need to be able to rejuvenate their cycles faster, so it's tripping them into thinking it is a much warmer climate, because they were not prepared to experience such cold. And so when you have the difference in temperature to the warmer, they get so excited, they've started to bud. And so this is a visual sign for that person to see how fast things are moving and changing. And that when you put pressure on nature, nature will always win.
Okay, that sounds good. So the final question in this group, why would our body and not our minds freak out if we saw an alien? Can we prepare ourselves somehow for an encounter or a meet and greet?
We'll tell you a little secret. The reason why your mind is not freaking out about seeing aliens is because you are one. Boom, boom, boom. We know. Breaking news. You heard it first with us. We wanted to be able to be jovial with that response, because we understand the person still is seeing themselves as a body and a soul which is combined, and wondering, why is my body failing me when I want to see aliens and I want to have contact and I want meets and greets and I want to make a cup of tea with them and find out all of their secrets of the universe, and I want it by tomorrow. And we're saying the physical body needs to have a natural default system of being afraid of anything that's different to keep you survival. It is being in your DNA from when you were in tribes and cavemen, and it hasn't needed to be taken out. In fact, you probably needed a little bit more with humans being so fantastically wonderful to each other, and we say this with much love. And so your minds are not going to freak out because you do so much when you're sleeping. You leave your body and you connect back with your bigger being, your bigger dimensional being. So this is why you can explore and have fantastic experiences with different beings and not have any problems seeing beings from different walks of life, shall we say. So your mind is already used to it all the time. Your mind is quite comfortable connecting in with higher beings. You do it all the time. You're all doing it right now when you question, and your subconscious is responding to you, or your higher self is responding to you. So they are, in quotation marks for better words, ETs themselves. And so therefore you are quite conversed and quite comfortable with that energy, and that communication is the physical, which is to keep you alive, which is the primary function of your body. And so that sense is still high and heightened and fine-tuned to be afraid of all new things.
Okay, well, that pretty well wraps us up. And thank you very much for giving us the answers.
You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. And we say there is many things to be excited about. And so we want you to really just release all of the 3D worries and concerns, trusting that you can answer the purpose and the lessons and the experiences of all of the challenges in the 3D by simply saying it is growth and experiences and has great purpose for your human experience. And then be able to get your mindset into the bigger picture of unconditional love for all of the beings that are here and all of the beings who have ever been here, and for all of your future paths where it is going to be fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. And we say this with much love.